Hello, and this is the Vulture, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to solve a Rubik's Cube. Now, firstly, let's actually just talk about the pieces on the Rubik's Cube. So first, we have a corner piece. Now, I know this corner piece can turn, but I do not recommend turning it because sometimes if you turn it, it can actually be impossible to solve. The Rubik's Cube also has an edge piece and a center piece. You realize that I can take it off, and I do not recommend switching them because it can be impossible to solve. Because, well, you can look for a piece that an edge piece that has both green and blue on it, but on a normal Rubik's Cube you will not find one, even if you spend 1,010 years. And you may see that there is a little screw here. I'm going to get to that in future videos. Today I'm just going to teach you a very simple beginner's method to solve a Rubik's Cube. Now, the common misconception is solving the Rubik's Cube one face at a time. So basically you solve the red face, and then the white face, and then the blue face, and then the yellow face, and then the green face, and blah blah blah, and that is wrong, absolutely incorrect. How solve a Rubik's Cube, you actually solve it layer by layer. The bottom layer, the middle layer, and the top layer. Now, let's start solving. First, we're going to make a white cross, which will help us solve the bottom layer. Now, quickly, I just want to show you how to hold a Rubik's Cube. I like to hold it with my thumb on the center piece, 3 fingers, middle, index, ring finger on the back, and your pinky kind of just hovers at the bottom. Now, there's a few cases where firstly, let me just tell you, there are a few YouTube channels which tell you to make a daisy at the bottom, and then move all the white pieces down to make a cross, and that process is slow. So instead, there are faster ways to solve it. For example, now we're just going to put the white pieces on the bottom layer, and we're going to make sure that they are solved correctly. Now, first we're going to see if there are any white pieces that are already on the bottom layer solved correctly. Well, we see that there is this one edge, but this is a red, this is red, this is green. They do not match. We actually have to make them match for this whole thing to work. These 2 colors have to match. Now, then I'd like to see if there's any white edge pieces on the top layer. In this case, there is one. This is very, very simple. You can just turn it this way, it matches, and then turn it down twice, and it's solved. Now, quickly, I actually forgot to do this at the beginning of the video. I'm just going to show you very quickly cube notations. This is R, U for up, R for right, U for up, D for down, F for front, B for back. Oh yeah, when you're writing this down, they're all capital. And so basically, if it's just the letter, then it means turn it clockwise. If there's an apostrophe, we call this the letter prime, you turn it anti-clockwise. For example, this is just R, you're turning it clockwise, and R prime anti-clockwise. This definitely does take some getting used to, because when you're holding a cube like this, it's hard to kind of tell if this is clockwise or anti-clockwise. So anyways, let's continue. Sometimes you'll find there are some edge pieces in the middle there. And if it's like this, so neither of these pieces are green. Notice this is green. None of these are green. So you see where this is supposed to go. It's supposed to go here. So you turn it twice. You put onto the bottom layer. And it's solved. And same here. Where is this supposed to go? It's supposed to go here. So we place it here, turn it back, and the white cross is solved. Now I'm just holding the white side at the bottom because I like to put the white side at the bottom usually when I'm practicing. But I want you to be able to put the cross anywhere, on the orange side, on the blue side, on the yellow side, and so on. Now all we need to do to solve the bottom layer is to place the corner pieces correctly, which is actually very easy. There are 3 cases, well, 4. One of them is this white piece is facing towards you. In this case, you do U, R, U prime, R prime. Another case is, okay, let me actually need to fix this a little bit to show you, is if the white piece is sticking up. In this case, you do R, U2. Oh yeah, you might have realized that I just said U2. When there's a 2 next to a letter, it basically means you do the movement twice. So let's continue algorithm. So I was here. So R, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, and it's all. And wait. And if it's sticking towards the right, then you simply do R, U, R prime, and it's solved. Another case is if it's at the bottom, then you can actually just R, U to get out, and then depending on what case it is, you can just solve it using an algorithm. And now we're just going to solve the middle layer. So how do we solve the middle layer? Well, we really just need to place edge pieces where they belong, and it's easy enough. Just another algorithm. Also, I do recommend having a notebook beside you and writing them down. So here, when you want to solve an edge, for example, want to solve this edge. We want to put this edge here, because blue, red, this edge goes here. So we see what color is this? This is blue. So these two have to match, or else it does not work. So depending on if you want to put this, if where you want to put this is the left or the right. In this case, you want to put this to the right. So you use the algorithm U prime, just U, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime, U prime, F, and it's solved. And another case we see these match is where you have to put to the left. In this case, we do U prime, R, U prime, R prime, U, F, U prime, just U, and then F prime. That's all. Okay, sorry, I'm not very used to saying these notations. And we have two more edges to solve. Where does this need to go? It needs to go to the left. So we do algorithm U prime, R, U prime, R prime, U, F, U, F prime. Solve. And here we need to move it to the right, so U, R, U, R, U, prime, F prime, U, prime, F, and it's solved. Now, we want to make a yellow cross on the top. Now there are a few cases, when you're trying to solve the yellow cross, but they can all be solved using one algorithm. If you have a line, then, first let's talk about if you have a cross. Well, this is actually just stupid, because if you already have a cross, you can just skip this step. If you have a line, make sure you're not holding it this way. Make sure you're holding it this way, so it's sort of horizontal, I guess. So you do algorithm F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime, and solved. There's another case where you have an L, then you just do the same algorithm, but you just do it twice. That's solved. And if you have a dot, then you do it 3 times and it's solved. Now we just need to solve, we need to place these edges correctly. If you have 2 edge pieces that are placed correctly, and there are 2 cases, if they are opposite to each other and if they are next to each other. If they're next to each other, then you just turn it, and there should be one that is, for example, you see, these are next to each other, and they are indeed both placed correctly. You need only one that is placed correctly, or else it does not work. If they are opposite to each other, then you do the same algorithm, but instead you will just find that instead of these two being both being placed correctly, these two will be placed correctly. And I already talked about what to do if that happens. Now the algorithm we use is R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. You will realize it's not solved because I will show you at the end of the video. That algorithm moves edges anti-clockwise. Sometimes you actually have to move it clockwise. So you just do the algorithm backwards. R, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R. And these move clockwise. And we just need to do it one more time. R, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime, and solve. Now, all we need to do is put the corner pieces in their correct places. Now, when I do this step, you actually do not need to solve it. You just need to place it correctly. I'll show you how to solve it in just a minute. So first you find a corner piece that's already placed correctly. In this case, this corner piece. And then you do the following algorithm. Oh yeah, wait. You need to see if you're moving, if you need to move the pieces clockwise or anti-clockwise. So this piece needs to go here, this piece needs to go here, this piece needs to go here. And that is going clockwise. So you do the algorithm. L prime, U, R, U prime, L, R, U prime. No, just U, R prime, and then U prime. And you see, they're all placed correctly. Now, you just make sure the your face is facing towards you. And this may be a bit difficult for some people to understand, but when you do this algorithm, sometimes you will mess up the layers that you have already solved. But apparently, most of the time, if you have not twisted an edge or done something to the cube that you shouldn't have done, then when you're done solving all the corners, the other layers that you have messed up will actually be solved again. So this is what you do. U, R prime, U prime, R, and then you just keep on doing that. So U, R prime, U prime, R. And you see this is solved. And it does not matter that these are messed up. Now, I don't want you to turn the cube and then do the same on this and then turn the cube. You just need to do F. In fact, that is the only algorithm. I believe the only one that actually works here. Now you do the same algorithm. U, R, prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R. That's solved. Now you do F and solve the final edge. U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime. And you see, what the two layers that got unsolved actually got solved again. And all you need to do is turn the face twice, and it's solved. Okay, that may be a bit complicated, but you know, if you practice a few times, I think most people can get the hang of it. Now back to what I was talking about there. So basically, what I said, the algorithm you use for solving the edges on the top layer. No, wait, sorry. Okay. So, you see, we have the edges. Now, when we do the algorithm here, a second ago it was all solved, but now the red edge has come from here to here, the green edge has come from here to here, the blue edge has come from here to here, so it has all moved anti-clockwise. And if we do the algorithm backwards, it actually moves it clockwise. And now for when we're moving the edge, I'm just going to quickly solve this. Hopefully my editor/producer can fast it bar forward. Okay, now we're solving the edge pieces. The algorithm that I showed you, L prime, U, R, U prime, L, U, R prime, U prime. This edge has moved from here to here. This edge has moved from here to here, and this edge has moved from here to here, and it has all moved anti-clockwise. And if we do the algorithm backwards, sorry. It is moved clockwise, sorry. And if we do the algorithm backwards, U, R, U prime, L prime, U, R prime, U prime, L. It actually goes anti-clockwise. And yeah, that's pretty much how to solve Rubik's Cube. I hope you understood me. I'm sorry I did not explain it very well. I hope I can do better in future videos covering how to solve the 4x4x4 and dealing with F2L and other concepts. For now, you can just keep on practicing using this method. And also remember, when you're practicing, don't always go fast. When you're learning a new method, I recommend go slowly. So yeah, that is all for this video, except for one thing. When you're holding a cube, remember, thumb on centerpiece, 3 fingers on the back of the cube, and the pinky just really hovers there. I'm just gonna say why I like holding a cube like this. Well, first of all, you can turn the up face really easy using the index fingers. And also, another thing I want to cover is when you're turning it twice, I know some people might be tempted to use their index finger twice, but an easier way is to use the index finger and then the middle finger. And quickly it should look like something like this. And when you're turning like this, just use your hand. And yeah, that's, oh yeah, when you're turning the front, you usually use this or something like this. Hope you get what I'm saying. And oh yeah, do not hold your cube too tight, because if you hold it too tight and hold the cube too tight when you're moving a front face, there is a chance your thumb could get a blister, because like your finger is here and you're just sort of pivoting on it. There is a chance. And is there anything else? I don't think so. So yeah, watch out for later videos covering easier methods and also how to solve other cubes or puzzles and other methods like F2L and or stuff like that. So yeah, goodbye and have a good day. Bye.